A bit of good news is finally coming out of Allen Park in regards to our beaten, broken, and battered defense. Sure, the season's over, and it would have been nice to have these guys active for a nice playoff push, but if some butts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Guys, I'm Hat and Beard. This is the Hat and Beard Show. We have some article here pulled up discussing both Aidan Hutchinson and Alim McNeill. My friend, the future is looking bright for our defensive line if these guys can rehab properly and come back next year and be rip-roaring and ready to go for the 2025 new look Lions defense under the tutelage of Calvin Shepard. It is a beautiful, sunny, but cold. Ooh, is it cold out there?
Well, ordinarily, I wouldn't mind.
You mean shrinkage?
Significant shrinkage.
Tuesday morning here in mid-Michigan. My friend, I hope you are doing well wherever you are and enjoying a wonderful day. We're going to be pulling up an article here from SportsIllustrated.com. Aidan Hutchinson now running at Lions practice facility. Last night I was on Instagram scrolling around while I took a poop at work, and I noticed that this video came across of the Hutchman himself in full running ability. Oh, it was glorious to see, considering we're not going to pull it up, but the leg injury that he had, just not something anybody should ever have to go through. And it's great to see him rehabbing it back. We've got it pulled up, an article here with the video, as well as a brief discussion and video of our boy, the Dancing Bear, Alim the Dream McNeill, coming back from that tore up knee. He was a stalwart and went through it this year on the defensive line before finally blowing out his knee. I think it was week 15. You know, he had in and out of the lineup a little bit here or there. He got bopped in the head by Jamal Adams mid-season there, knocked him out for a little bit, and then he ended up blowing his knee on a non-contact play. We all seen it. We all watched it. When it happened, we all knew what was going down. So hopefully this article will inspire you to have a little bit of hope for the upcoming 2025 season and how good our defense is going to be, because that really ended up being our Achilles heel all season long, and especially in the playoffs. I've gone many times. I've said this to people in my private life. I've said it on video here. The only person who could have changed the outcome of the divisional round matchup against the Washington Commanders would have been if Aidan Hutchinson. If we had one person available on our entire team that was injured, if Aidan Hutchinson would have been available, that could have changed the outcome of the game. He is such a disruptive force, and I've said it many times as well that the presence of an elite pass rusher on your defense covers up a lot of shortcomings and masks a lot of weaknesses, we'll say. We're not going to say that it's the worst part of our defense, but, you know, if Hutch was available while Terrion Arnold was turning it around and reducing the amount of times he was being flagged, do you think Terrion Arnold might have had a better rookie year knowing that the quarterback that he was playing against was under duress more times than not, statistically speaking, based on the projections we could put out from Hutch's first half of the season performance? The only guy that could have made an outcome or changed the outcome of the Commies game is the Mayhem Man, Aidan Hutchinson himself. So we know how valuable it is to have a pass rush. We know how pedestrian our defense looks when the quarterback has all the time in the world to sit back there in the pocket and dance around. Unfortunately, obviously, Zadarius Smith wasn't the answer that some people wanted. Some of us should have tempered our expectations and realized that Zadarius Smith is not that guy, but some people seem to think he was going to replace Aidan Hutchinson's productivity. And now it's looking like Zadarius Smith could be a cap casualty, but guys, let's get into this article. Before we do, though, do me a solid. If you wouldn't mind, walk on over to that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoy this type of content. Comment down below. What do you expect out of Hutch and McNeill? Maybe do we pair him with another prospect out of the draft to help with both of those men and their pass rush abilities? And last but not least, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and share this video around with all your friends. It really helps the channel grow.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Coming to us from SportsIllustrated.com, Aidan Hutchinson now running at Lions practice facility. Hutchinson continues to progress in latest update. This coming from Christian Boer 13 hours ago. The Detroit Lions defensive end Aidan Hutchinson appears to be ramping up his recovery from a severe leg injury in Week 6 of the 2024 season. Yes, we know that. Hutchinson was lost for the season after fracturing his tib and fib against the Cowboys. He'd hoped to return if the Lions reached the Super Bowl. The team ultimately fell short. As the offseason begins, Hutchinson has apparently taken his recovery to the next level. On Monday, he posted a video of himself running in the Lions indoor practice facility to social media. Here you go. This is coming from the Detroit Times. Here we go. Watch this. Here we go. Bam. Just see it. Just check out his gait. Look how well he's moving. And we start the sprint. Oh, come on. Don't lag out on me. Don't lag out on me. Oh, it's lagging out on me. But you can see his gait is good. Let's try this one more time. Bam, 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 bam. I know my internet's a little slow here, guys. Just bear with me. But check. Can we look at the gait? Look at the gait. Look at his gait. See how he's able to point and drive with his foot, heel toe, point and drive. Gait is good. We have proper running position here. I don't want to copy the video. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. There. All right, sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, look at that gait. Look at that gait. Full stride. We know Aidan Hutchinson already ran kind of goofy to begin with because, he is a kind of a big fella, and you got to move that frame around. But one more time here. Look at him go. Look at him. Proper form. Yeah, look at that gait. Heel toe. Extension in the leg. Proper running position. I'm not worried about Aidan Hutchinson physically. The question with Aidan Hutchinson will be the mental aspect of the game. Appearing on the Pat McAfee show during Super Bowl week, Hutchinson explained that he was nearing the end of his rehab timeline. Prior to his injury, the Michigan product was playing at an elite level. He finished with 7.5 sacks in 6 games and was named September's NFC Defensive Player of the Month. And those 7.5 sacks in 6 games led the Lions because, unfortunately, nobody else was able to generate any type of a push, which is why you'll hear me time and time. If you watch my video from yesterday, you see I double-dipped at defensive end and went defensive tackle at the second-round spot because I think that we need to pass rush. I need guys to get home. I need a physical presence up front so that my linebackers can roam free and make tackles left and right. I need multiple guys. I need at least 2 guys. What I need out of my defensive ends. I need Hutch to do what he did. Now, if you guys recall, last season I was calling for Hutchinson early on. Before the season started, I said he was going to set the single-season sack record, and he was on par to do that before the leg injury. So, Aidan Hutchinson, I need to have at least 18 sacks out of him next year, right? So, Aidan Hutchinson coming in with 18 sacks, and then I need whomever we compliment him with, whether it's Zadarius Smith or Josh Paschal or a free agent or Mike Green out of Marshall or Jordan Birch out of Oregon, right? Jack Sawyer. You guys know how high I am on Jack Sawyer. Somebody else, whomever the complimentary piece is, Aidan Hutchinson also needs to hit at least, this needs to be a floor 7.5 sacks. I need double-digit sacks out of him. Right? I need double-digit sacks out of the complimentary piece, Aidan Hutchinson. And then let's go down here and talk about my boy, Alim McNeill. Let's finish this article about Aidan Hutchinson. Same article. Hutchinson has shared multiple updates on his recovery, including a video of himself running on an underwater treadmill. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it was pretty cool. He appears to be growing even closer to being cleared to return to action. His current availability for Detroit's offseason program remains uncertain. Yeah, it remains uncertain, but it's looking pretty good. Let's just see this. Let's look at him run one more time. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, see, he'll be fine. He looks good. Looks fit. Didn't look like he got fat sitting around not being able to move too much. So Aidan Hutchinson, Physically, I am not at all worried about him being his availability, his ability to be back by training camp. Maybe he'll miss some OTAs. But you know what? When you are on a defensive player of the year trajectory before a leg injury, you're allowed to miss some time. We could talk about the contract situation. I personally, and we'll talk about it more later on as it looms closer, Aidan Hutchinson needs to have the fifth-year option exercised. You don't re-sign to a long-term contract because physically, the nuts and bolts of it, I am not worried about Aidan Hutchinson with the nuts and bolts of it. What I am worried about Aidan Hutchinson is there going to be a mental game that he's played with himself? Is he going to mentally end up screwing himself out of his elite level of talent? I don't think so. But what I'm saying is that is the only question mark that I would have. I'm not worried about him physically. I'm not worried about the man physically. He's rehabbing great. He's going to come back bigger and badder than he's ever been before. Lord help the NFC North, because Aidan Hutchinson's going to own it coming back from injury. Now, we do have this little blurb about my guy, the Dancing Bear, Alim the Dream McNeill. Alim shows progress. Alim was another Lions defender who suffered an unfortunate injury that ended his season prematurely. The defender suffered a torn ACL against the Bills in Week 15. With how late in the season the injury occurred, his status is uncertain for the start of the 25 campaign. That is one of the things that sucks about having that type of an injury, an ACL or an MCL, weeks 12 and on, right, is that there is the potentiality, especially Week 15. That is a short turnaround from an ACL. Their availability for the next upcoming season. Now, if you guys recall, I don't know how old most of you are, but if you are my age or older, I'll be 37 in April, ACLs and MCLs were a career ender. You didn't come back from that. I mean, it was like Adrian Peterson and Deuce McAllister were like the only guys that had ever done it at the time of my youths, right? When I was a youth. And that was an anomaly. That was a freak thing. And now guys do it. It's like, okay, ACL, bam, get it repaired. Bam, get the surgeries, get on it, get into rehab. So we need you back by next year. This isn't a career ender anymore. This is a season ender, which is insane to think where we've come with modern medicine. And McNeill posted an update to his rehabilitation on social media as well, highlighting his progress with the ailment. Now, this isn't obviously as impressive as a guy whose leg was snapped in half like a twig around this other guy's leg, actually. I'm pretty sure this is Alim McNeill's leg that fucking wrapped Hutch's leg around it. Hutch running after that. But if you understand what went down via Instagram account, physical therapist Derek Samuel, here's a clip posted earlier of a Lions defensive tackle, Alim McNeill, rehabbing his torn ACL. So this isn't going to be nearly as impressive, but if you know the mechanics and how the knee works, this is very impressive to think of where he's at. So we are, 2 weeks out from the Super Bowl, 3 weeks out from the NFC Championship game, which would be 4 weeks, so a month, plus 3, 4, so 9 weeks? 9 weeks post torn ACL, 9 weeks or so. And look at him. Watch Alim. Watch him. Now he's going to pulse. My internet's kind of slow, but you can see he's able to hold. He's able to hold. He's able to squat and hold, and then up and then down, and then up and then down. He's pulsing his knees. See, that's very impressive mechanics right there. And they'll come show you. See a little grid here. This is what he's supposed to be following. But the up and the down and those we'll call them micro movements, those little movements, that's what you want to see. You want to see strengthening of the muscle fibers, the tendons, the connective tissue. You want to see that surgery has been able to hold. And Alim McNeill's not a small man, so you need to see those tendons hold under duress. Now, what we can do here is by exercising it regularly, we are going to not only strengthen the muscle fibers from the damage where they're being coming back together, but also by putting them under duress, we are causing them to strengthen not only the fibers and grow the muscle around it, but we're also strengthening the bone, which will help playing down in the trenches. So this is a benefit on benefit on benefit type situation for Alim McNeill. Let's watch this one more time. Look at him here. See squat holding tension on the ACLs. Here we go. Alim the Dream 29. Hold and hold and hold and hold, and then up and then down and then pulsing. And you love to see this. This is for those of you who are like, this is not very impressive. What are you talking about, Hat? Why are you so impressed by this? You got a shirtless white dude running a 40-yard dash and a big black guy doing some poop squats. But this is a good sign for all of us here in the Pride. This is a big step. This is full steam ahead. This is exactly what you need to see. Knowing how our season didn't finish the way we wanted it to, how we had a lot of hype going into the into the postseason, and we just fell short. And it was numerous things, bodies. Ben Johnson screwed us. And bodies. We needed bodies. We were just too banged up. Let's be real. We were too beat up to make a Super Bowl run. If we did, we would literally be the team of destiny and have divine intervention carrying us through. So it's good to see our biggest and most important playmaker on defense obviously rehabbed well, coming back strong. Just make sure that the mental game's there. And then, pardon me, probably our second most important piece along the front four, and the longest running complimentary piece to Aidan Hutchinson, that is Alim McNeill coming back from a torn ACL. All of these signs, these videos that we're watching right here, indicate very good availability for next year, for next season, and they should be, based on what we're seeing here in the reports coming out of Allen Park, good to go. Let's hope that everything is good to go, because we know how important Aidan Hutchinson is, and then also the vital role that Alim McNeill will play for the future of the Detroit Lions. So, guys, I appreciate hanging out with me. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Share this video around with all your friends. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Stay warm out there. Bonga bonga. Brig off.